a police officer accidentally hit and killed a man with his car. Worried about losing his job, he came up with a chilling plan to hide the body in his own mother's coffin. First, he covered the surveillance camera with a balloon, then quickly locked the door behind him. Using a shoelace, he pulled out the golden nails from the coffin lid, lifted the lid, and took out the corpse he had hidden earlier. He placed it inside his mother's coffin and hurried to shut the lid again. But just then, he heard footsteps approaching from outside. Panicking, Sergei used his shoe to hammer the nails back in, threw on his suit jacket, unlocked the door, and sat calmly by the coffin, pretending to pray, as if nothing had happened. The cemetery manager, seeing Sergei grief-stricken, suspected nothing. But just as Sergei stood up to leave, the manager called out to stop him. Sergei froze, thinking he'd been caught. Turns out, he'd just forgotten the balloon. He quickly grabbed it and walked out, thinking he'd pulled it off perfectly. But the next day at work, when he saw a photo of a known drug dealer on the wall, he realized it was the same man he'd hit the night before. That night, Sergei received a phone call. The caller coolly described how Sergei had hidden a body in his trunk. Terrified, Sergei hung up immediately. The next day, a stranger showed up, claiming to be the head of the narcotics unit. Sergei recognized the man's voice instantly. It was the caller from the night before. Sergei later met with a man named Ivan to get answers. Ivan warned him to turn over the body, or he'd report him for murder. Desperate, Sergei rushed to the cemetery, dug up the coffin, and removed the body. But then he noticed something strange. The man had 2 bullet wounds. He hadn't been killed by a car. Turns out, Ivan was a corrupt cop, who often made secret deals with drug dealers. The man Sergei thought he hit was actually Ivan's money laundering partner. After they had a falling out, Ivan killed him and staged the scene as a traffic accident. The next day, Sergei delivered the body to Ivan in a remote area. Ivan drove off with the corpse, but just a few minutes later, his car exploded. Unbeknownst to him, Sergei had planted a bomb on the body the night before.